Welcome to New Dram Drinker. For people that haven't seen the channel before, would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Anthony and I'm New Dram Drinker. This is my channel.
Fantastic. What have you got in store for us today?
Well, the whisky I've chose today is Glen Moray Speyside Elgin Classic, which is a sherry cask finish.
Lovely. And why did you choose this one in particular?
I'm not going to lie to you, it was... We'd had the Glen Moray, which was the last video, and we were looking for something that was similar, so we went to our local supermarket and the sherry cask just seemed to fit in with the sweetness and all the different things that we like from the Glen Moray, so it was the right price and it just interested us, so that's why I picked it. There wasn't any kind of major revision or anything, it was just one that was a good price in the supermarket at the time. It just looked like a nice whiskey.
So you'd say the price range was quite good for this one? Pretty accessible?
I think at the start of our journey I think price can be the major factor, because if you go too expensive then it becomes a hobby that you can't kind of keep up with, so it definitely came down to price and what the sweetness of what we thought the sherry would give us from the whiskey.
So you've said some things about what you thought it might give you. Did you have any other preconceived ideas or expectations about what you might get from this whiskey before you tasted it?
No, mainly just the idea that it'd be in a sherry cask, and I'd never had a sherry cask before. Like I said, this was at the very start, so it was. I've got a sweet tooth, so you kind of roll that into the drinks that you like, and the sweetness from the Glen Moray just made it seem like if this is even sweeter, then it would be an even nicer whiskey to have. So that was the main. But I had no real, idea.
Okay, are you ready to start sampling?
I'm always ready to drink whiskey.
Would you like to nose it first and give us your opinions on that?
Okay. You know what I mean? You instantly get like the sweetness from the sherry. I get like almost like a chocolate as well,
Okay.
like a sweet chocolate.
Mhm.
Maybe some orange. Maybe some vanilla.
Okay. Well, on the Glen Moray website, they say the Elgin Classics is unmistakably vanilla. So you did that, yeah.
We're getting somewhere.
You did, yeah. It also says on the nose you should get some dried fruits, cinnamon and toffee candy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no chocolate.
Not on the nose. And the fact that you could definitely tell it was a sherry cask tells you it probably is. That's the fruity, the sweet, isn't it? Yeah.
You definitely know that if you gave it to me and I didn't know what the bottle, if it was like a blind tasting, you would definitely know it was like a sherry or like a port, or definitely something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's very nice.
Cool. It smells nice. Does it smell appealing? You like the smell?
Yeah, I think the best thing I could probably say about it was if I could have smelt it in the supermarket, I'd have still bought it.
Yeah.
Because it's what I was hoping to get.
Yeah.
And it's not.
And it's a lovely deep colour, isn't it?
Yeah,
Which
it doesn't.
I think...
doesn't scare you off, if you know what I mean. It's like almost like a welcoming, warm whiskey. Yeah, very nice. Very nice to know.
Taste it then. Let's see how warm and welcoming it can be.
So how did I do on the nosing? Was I quite like?
Yeah, it said dried fruit, cinnamon and toffee candy, but in the actual blurb on the Glen Moray website it says unmistakably vanilla, and light oak it says.
So I always have trouble getting like the woods, like people can pick.
But
up
I think the fact that you could smell the sherry cask.
Yeah, I suppose when you're picking up the sherry in the whiskey, that is the cask, obviously, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to taste it.
See what you think first.
Straight away sweet. I mean, it's like eating like a really sweet boiled sweet like you used to have when you were children. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
So on the nose, when it says you should be able to nose toffee candy,
Yeah.
that's the candy,
Yeah, it
isn't it? The
comes through
sweet,
on the
yeah.
taste for me.
And the vanilla. It says sweet vanilla oak on the
There's some-
tasting.
definitely some kind of what's the word? Like cinnamon,
Yeah.
something like that, like a
Yeah.
herb. Not
Oriental
herb,
spices you should be able to
There you go.
taste. You're getting
It
good at this.
almost makes your tongue tingle.
Oh.
Yeah, I can almost get almost like a little smokiness as well.
Okay.
It's almost like it makes you want to drink that on a winter's night. You know, like you're outside and you want to. It's like a warm, like really hugs you kind of whiskey. It's really
Cool. So on the tasting notes, they say sweet vanilla oak, dark chocolate, which you smelt but you didn't taste, and oriental spices, which could be your cinnamon or whatever
So
it
it's
is. as well.
strange how some of the things that I
Can nose.
nosed should be in the taste.
Yeah.
But they're not
Yeah.
saying that you should pick it up on the taste.
And on the finish, it says satisfyingly long with a tingle of spice. So the fact that you said it made your tongue tingle, I think you did a good job there, Anthony.
Very, very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice whiskey.
So that was a good one. And you answered one I was going to ask you. When would you like to drink this? But you already answered the whole
Yeah, I mean,
autumn.
definitely feels like a whiskey that
A
you'd
spicy
want to drink on
type.
an evening, a cold evening.
Yeah.
Maybe even like, I don't know if it's sacrilege, but like in a coffee or in a hot chocolate or something, just to give it a bit of a
Yeah.
taste, a bit more oomph to the
Yeah.
drink. But yeah, it's a gorgeous drink.
So-
Very nice.
So do you think that the more whiskies you drink, the more you are going to start almost identifying some with different times of the year or different occasions? I know you like sherry casks, the sweetness, but you're saying maybe the spice makes you think of cold nights
Yeah, I've never really thought about whiskies for times of the year, but
or
that
events.
definitely made me feel like that was when I should be drinking it. So I suppose I've never heard anyone actually say that there are certain whiskies for certain,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
do you get summer whiskies and winter whiskies and autumn? I don't know.
I don't know.
Is that something that's a thing? Something to look into.
Yeah.
Something for us
Yeah.
to learn.
So for a supermarket whiskey at a reasonable price, if somebody was just starting out on their journey of whiskey, they were new to the whiskey world, would you recommend this one? Do you think it?
I mean, obviously, if you have tried the Glen Moray and you enjoyed that, then this would be a good step to go to. That's something different, but along those same kind of that. I think you said it was like a journey, nice mellow journey.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's definitely it takes the journey up a bit, but it's not going to kind of. It's not going to alienate your mouth because it's so strong in any way. It's just a really nice.
It's not hard to drink.
No, it's a really nice warming drink.
If you had to describe it in 3 words for a newbie,
Sweet, pleasant, and tingly.
tingly, like it. That makes it
Yeah.
sound interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think for the price we paid for it, I think at the time was probably about £25. And I've seen it on at the same price, or maybe even cheaper on some days. I think for that, it's an amazing whiskey. It really is an amazing whiskey. I would definitely recommend you getting it.
Cool.
But yeah, and I would, like I say, this bottle, you can see how much there's left in there, and that will be replaced, I would imagine. But there are other whiskies that will give you this, but you can spend a hell of a lot more on them as well. It
Yeah.
can cost you a lot more. This is a really good, and I know they do a few different ones as well. So I think there's a peaty one that we've got that obviously will come
There's a
to.
whole range of Elgin classics.
Yeah, there's lots of
Yeah.
different ones.
And I think for us, that was probably your start into the sherry cask journey.
Yeah, because we didn't know.
That was the
I
thing.
didn't know that the sherry cask even existed. It was kind of like I said. We started on Jack Daniels and Jim Beam, and and Bell's and Teachers, which is my dad used to drink. But you think that is kind of the breadth of where whiskey is. That's all it's got. It's like, you know, why drink all those different ones? Because they're not that different. You put Coke in them or you do something with them, but once you start getting into it and start your journey going, you realise that it just branches off into so many different avenues that I think eventually you'll end up enjoying a whisky that you didn't even know existed.
Yeah, and being a bit more particular about which whiskies you're going to buy.
That also makes you feel good because you realise that you have a taste in whisky, even if you're not 100% sure what that is. You know that, okay, it might be that's the sherry, but that's not the only thing that's going on in this. It's just the sherry side of it is what makes me like it. But when you drink it, it makes you realise that there's a hell of a lot more different ways that you can go from that. So if you like the sherry, like I said, you can do port. That there's so many different ones that you can go for that it just, the whisky world opens up to you. So yeah, it's definitely, I would say, a very good bottle to have in your first 5. So.
Super. So on New Dram Drinker, we like to rate our whiskies: bronze, silver, gold, epiphany. What kind of range or what kind of award would you like to give this one, and why?
This is a tricky one because, like I said, I want to give it gold, but I think I'm going to give it silver, and that's only because it's a fantastic whiskey to have as a sherry cask, but there still are better sherry casks that you can get. They will cost you more, but at the end of the day, that whiskey's better than this one. But this, for 100% for the price point,
and new to the journey, it was worth buying.
It's worth a silver, and it's worth buying, and it will be replaced. And yeah, and I can't give it gold because I know there's better. But this is just very, very nice whiskey. It should definitely be on your shelf, 100%.
Fantastic. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, not really. I think that's it. I think that's covered everything. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and thank you for the questions. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.